Hello, hello. Wait for this to do its thing. Okay. Welcome to Thursday, the 25th of April, and lest we forget, it is Anzac Day here. It's a public holiday, and so I'd just like to acknowledge those that fell for us to have the freedoms that we have today. Okay. All right, so we currently have the moon at 15 degrees of Scorpio. So it's at that it's at that bottom point. So now we're going to start moving up and into Sagittarius season. Um, I wonder if this is working properly. It is a public holiday. Maybe people are still in bed. Anyway, I will continue to talk. All right, so good morning, Alicia. How are you? So you got that thing, no viewers, but you're obviously here. So good morning. All right. So we do have the moon right now is in conjunct Mercury. All right. So there's a little bit of tension or adjustment required. Good morning, Elizabeth. So this morning I would watch what you're saying this morning. Mercury is stationary, all right? It goes stationary direct, which you know what, it's on the same point. It just means it the random things that my screen does. Woo. All right, so it just means that it's actually just turning around. It's exactly the same point. So Mercury, right? So remember with Mercury or any stationary planet, it just means that it's amplified, right? Because it's not moving anywhere. So it's retrograde at the moment. It's just going to go direct at 11 p.m. ish tonight. So just double check everything. If someone is irritating you for an argument, remember about where everybody's headspace is right now. So I wrote that watch that you don't dwell in the dark spaces today. Um, because the moon has us feeling those really deep, intense feels, and Mercury has just got us fixated or focused on the one thing. All right, so some self control or self awareness is needed. That's going to help you stay in your own line, basically, and make sure that you are the one narrating the story that is told today, not allowing other people's irritations to sway you in your decisions. Good morning, Karen. How are you? So yeah, we've got the moon opposing Jupiter. I haven't written the times down for some reason. What's going on there? Anyway, all right, so there's the opposition to Jupiter and the in conjunct to Mercury. So just remember to think first before you speak. And then that trine to Saturn and opposition to Uranus is awesome because we know that there's things that we have to get done today, and we have the discipline and awareness to get those things done so that things can change. Like yesterday I was talking about, and we still have the moon in Scorpio. So, did you do anything about getting your wills in order, or you know, um, it is. I don't mean to be macabre, but it's fucking Scorpio full moon. So, again, with the end of life lists, I know someone who has what songs she once played, at her funeral. Good morning, Kath. So, you know, get those macabre things in order. What do you need to make your will? I don't actually know. I did have a quick look yesterday, but they kept diverting me to actually just click on a link, da, 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 and I was just like, no, no, no. So, even the fact that, Scorpio Taurus aspect is finances. Do you need to, you know, do you need to have a look at your big picture finance list so that you can put all that information into a document or a will or whatever? Making sure that your financial wishes are adhered to, stuff like that. I know it's, like I said, it's pretty macabre, but it's exactly what you should be doing. Or Scorpio is financial investments as well. Maybe the stock market is doing something for you today. Maybe you could do that sort of investigations. You know, the Scorpio is the private investigator of the horoscope. So maybe you want to dig into something. You know, maybe you have a passion project or a little obsession that you want to get your claws into. So you know, maybe you could do something like that. But anyway, so we have that Mercury, remember, is on the North Node right now. All right, so you know the choices that we're making are the decision, like are the directions that we are heading. So it is still retrograde. So these are those final thoughts and issues that you may be unraveling in your own mind, so that you know, again, with the holding back on what you speak, because you know that lays that big intense focus with Mercury stationary. Maybe there's just a couple of things that you need to unravel, unpick those knots, sort out, clear away, so that you know, we remember with the North Node, South Node, we're clearing the debris off the path, which is the South Node stuff, so that our yellow brick road is clear to move forward. And you know, we're in that very deep, soulful space emotionally. So hence, you know, all of the death, sex, other people's money, taboo topics. You know, Mars is you know close to Neptune, so he, you know, he's looking at that with that spiritual evaluation as well. You know, so maybe you know, maybe that otherworldliness of what we're experiencing right now with the with Mars ruling the Scorpio stuff conjunct Neptune is, you know, maybe we're, I don't know, maybe we're allowing those thoughts to be there, so, because they're important, you know. I don't know, but Mars Pisces, there is this spiritual determination to, yeah, get these things done. Sorry, a little bit off today, but yeah. So I mean, there's not a whole lot aspect wise happening. So very much still in those depths, you know. I know the last couple of days totally fine, but I've just been thinking about that stuff because of obviously what happened. You know, not that I'm in a bad mood, but I'm just allowing myself to think those thoughts because they're sorting out my own things and my own beliefs as well about what, you know, I've been given this experience on a platter. What do you believe? Like, what are your actual beliefs around these circumstances? You know, because life is life, and are you enjoying your life to the max every day? Or, you know, are you doing all the important things that you might have put off because there's always time? Well, is there? Is there really? All right, let's go. We are going to, we are going to have the Scorpio moon for half of tomorrow as well. So let's have our beautiful inner Seagal cards. Let's see what card comes up for today's depths. All right, give us the perfect card to summarize today. Oh, this one. Home. Oh, I love that. I love that. All right, number 35. Home. All right, let's have a look. Okay. In the context of this teaching, let's use the word home to describe your unconscious ability to attract intimate partners with the positive and negative qualities your parents instilled in you. Ooh. This card honors the wounded child in you that keeps recreating home, hoping to get your childhood development codependency needs met. Oh, you might even provoke the other to act or look like your original parents. In a world where so many of our natural emotions were not encouraged and worse yet suppressed, you are now encouraged to feel the feelings trapped inside you and that consistently sabotage your life. For some of us, home was an amazing, empowering, happy place, but for most of us, it was lacking. There was unease and there was hurt. This is imprinted on your nervous system, which forces the dysfunction that you had with your parents to rise to the surface with your current partner and people close to you. Okay, all right. So whew, that's a big one, isn't it? And it, you know what? It fits really well. Like I said, to watch that you don't dwell in those dark spaces today, but to also acknowledge that, that those dark influences. I know, Kath, like, phew, that those influences still affect you today, which is great that we have this opportunity to investigate them as rational adults. I heard an amazing thing the other day. It was Stephen Forrest, who's the evolutionary astrologer, and he was talking about the first. So if you look at the progressed chart of a child, all right, the first 33 days are indicative of, I mean, basically, you can do a day to a year of someone's life. So for the first, say, 33 days, it's the first 33 years. So if you actually go through the aspects of every day of that newborn child's life, if you find any tricky aspects, can parent can use that line, where on the line does this sit, to make it a positive influence. Therefore, that that childhood experience of those aspects that that child's going to experience throughout their whole life is not tainted with a negative experience at birth. It's got a evolved understanding as their. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. So, by looking at a child's first month, you can, positive influence the rest of their years. I know. It's an amazing conceptual thing, and it's a lot of digging to do. But yeah, and another one, the holistic psychologist. I know I've spoken about this one to a lot of people. Nicole LaPera. You can find her on Instagram, the holistic psychologist. And, she was just saying in her post today, and I've said this often here, is that our parents, um, they were basically just struggling to grow up as we were watching them grow up. But the difference is that the language that we have available to us now, we can use our words to describe our feelings and the experiences we have in a psychological way, so that we can undo the damage. And we know how our early childhood experiences play out now. So, if you did have a tension filled childhood, you at this age can work through that now. You can work through those traumas and deal with things. So obviously somebody needed to hear about that, the childhood stuff, we're in that deep bit of Scorpio. So just try to use that Scorpio as the phoenix energy, and not that really deep dark. We're actually on the up to the phoenix energy, coming out into Sagittarius tomorrow at lunchtime. So if this is you and you are in those dark spaces, try to forgive the people that hurt you, because they might not have known the things that you know now. Um, and yeah, I feel like that is enough. I am going to have a self-focused day today, um, because I deserve that, and yeah, and we're all going through our stuff. So support yourself as always. Express that energy as best you need to, whether it's singing, dancing, exercising, going for a walk, move. All right. So, you guys are all awesome, and I love you all. You're all just beautiful and special, and I will see you tomorrow. So, mwah.